Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another great episode of Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Bara Abdulla, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. And now, dear viewers, to another very interesting talk. Our next guest is Francis Kaitarat, Chairman and Managing Director of IMAC Bahrain, the Bahrain Media City, to tell us more about the beautiful adventures they had in the last decade. So, sir, how are you?
Fine, sir, fine. Thank you so much for inviting me to the Bahrain TV.
Oh, we are super excited to know about your adventure, what's happening here in Bahrain, and how did you start? Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Yes, myself, Francis Kaitarat. I am from an aristocratic Roman Catholic Christian family from India.
Wow.
24 years in the kingdom.
Oh man, you're
yes.
Bahraini.
Yes, no. Anyway, in 2009, I started this IMAC, Indian Music Arts Center.
Okay.
IMAC means Indian Music Arts Center.
Amazing.
It was established in the year 2009. And we started with 4 teachers and 8 children only.
Wow.
But in the year 2019, we reached to 500 plus children.
Wow.
With 16 teaching staff.
Amazing.
This is actually, we are giving training for the students in non-academic subjects.
Okay.
Dance, music, drawing, keyboard, guitar, instrumental music,
Right.
art and craft, everything.
So what motivated you to actually open the center?
Yeah, then Corona came in the year 2020 in February, March.
Right.
Just like the schools, we are also closed
there you
down.
Go. Yeah, challenging times.
Yes. At the same time, but we got the collaboration with Cochin Kala Bhavan, the world famous art institute in India.
Okay.
So we renamed our institute as IMAC Cochin Kala Bhavan.
Okay.
And we are the people, I believe, we started online training for the dance, music, drawing, these kind of subjects.
Amazing.
We started in the month of July 2020.
Okay.
And by the grace of God, it is going well. And right now we have 300 plus children.
Amazing, amazing. So you have the center, IMAC, and
yes.
now you have the Bahrain Media City.
Yes.
That's a beautiful name.
Then
it's
secondly,
like, really, Bahrain Media City? Where is that? Oh man, that's amazing. So
actually,
tell us about
IMAC is our group name.
Okay.
IMAC Cochin Kala Bhavan, I told you. Now
okay.
IMAC Bahrain Media City.
Okay.
IMAC Bahrain Media City because during the COVID pandemic we established, and that also we started in 2020 August, in the month of August.
Okay.
Such a concept came to my mind because during the COVID pandemic, people are under stress, mentally sick, and all the clubs and associations, all entertainment places are locked down.
Okay.
And people, along with artists, Bahrain is a place. A lot of artists are there.
Yes, we got like a hub.
They were all under stress.
Yeah.
And I came to know because I am having the institute, our children also not getting any chance to perform their talents. That's why we came to the concept of a virtual platform.
Okay. Okay.
And we established the virtual platform, one of the biggest virtual platform in the island, we believe. And we started entertainment shows.
Entertainment shows. I was going to ask you about that because I know what's been going on recently.
That's why under Bahrain Media City, IMAC Bahrain Media City, we have Entertain Express.
Okay.
With the 7 compartments. What I mean, 7 days, 7 programs.
Really?
7 variety shows.
Okay, and every day it's a different show.
Every day, different shows.
That's a lot of work.
Yes. Every Saturday is family-oriented show.
Okay.
Every Sunday is comedy, fun.
Oh, okay.
Every Monday is musical safari, Raga Malhar. Every Tuesday is health and fitness talk.
Okay.
Every Wednesday is biz talk, business talk.
Business talk.
Every Thursday is weekend dance music, mix masala. Then every Friday is reality show. Friday is reality show.
A reality show? What is a reality show?
Reality show, various contests, dance competitions, singing competition, like this.
Wow.
So this is, we are telecasting by online in BMZ Global Live. That is a Facebook Live YouTube channel.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got a lot going on. You're very busy, but in a very good way.
We have the complete technical team.
Amazing. Amazing.
Well-equipped studio, everything is there.
Okay.
And at the same time, by the grace of God, in December 2020, I got the accreditation as a news agency in the kingdom.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Because the name is Bahrain Media City.
I mean,
so
you do have a really
Yes,
interesting
yes,
name.
yes,
I mean, I hope you copyrighted that name.
Yeah, IMAC Bahrain Media City.
Amazing.
So I got accreditation as a news agency. Then we started the news telecast. First we started Malayalam, then we started Tamil, then we started Hindi, and then now 4 languages, English as well. Now we have daily news telecast in 4 languages.
And we're talking
That
about
is in BMZ News Live.
Live
Another
on social media platforms.
Only social media.
That's
yes.
amazing.
Yes.
That is amazing. So
Very interesting.
how do you manage all of this? It's a lot going on. You know, you said, I mean, to have 7 shows alone, that is like a production team. And you have the music center, and you have music shows, and you have all these shows, and a news agency.
News agency, yes.
The smile says it a lot.
Yes. And again, we started one more entertainment channel called BMZ Pravasi Vision.
All right.
Where we telecast entertainment shows in various languages for different community. For example, to cater to the needs of Tamil community, Tamil Malay.
Okay.
For the new North Indian community, Sangam, a cultural heritage.
Wow.
And Bangla episode. And for your information, we have an episode for Arabic community, Bahraini community, that is called Masa al Bahrain.
Masa al Bahrain.
Masa al Bahrain.
Okay. I need to check that out. Masa al Bahrain. I love that. I love the name, Masa al Bahrain. Welcome to Masa al Bahrain. Marhaban. Love that.
That's very interesting. And again, finally, we established BMZ Radio, another Facebook Live YouTube channel, where we telecast online, local and international news in every day morning, mornings.
Bless you and the team. Now, there was a show in City Center.
Yes,
that took place.
That is,
How
we
did
are
that
also
go?
event house, you know.
Wow.
We are licensed for events, you know, Ministry of Tourism, and we have event management. As a part of event management, that was a show, we got a chance to promote Yakubi store brown products. And that was a display stage. And we conducted a dance show in City Center, Bahrain City Center, 3 days continuously. And last week we took over a program in Indian Club. Where there was 7 states of India represented.
And each state?
3-hour continuous show from each state, from different varieties.
I'm missing on a lot of cultural shows here. I mean, all this is happening here. Oh, man, I need to pretty much follow with the BMC. Hey, what's happening today? It's comedy. I'm coming. Well,
definitely, you are most welcome. You can follow this channel. It will be very interesting. I assure you, it will be very interesting. And
it is, definitely it is. So with all this going on right now and all that being said, what is the future?
Future, actually, to be honest, we have many plans for the future. We already announced the Film Society under Bahrain Media City.
Oh, beautiful.
Where we are going to distribute membership, at least 500 membership, member families. And under Bahrain Media City Film Society, we will be conducting International Short Film Festival in the year 2022.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. There's a lot of film directors in Bahrain, and I'm sure having another platform to showcase their work is just a thing we should really appreciate you for. Thank you so much.
And also for the benefit of the Film Society members, we are introducing BMC Privilege Card.
Privilege card?
Privilege card. Privilege card means wherever you go for spending, show your privilege card, like a Beware application, you show your card, you will be getting benefited.
Oh, wow.
By
sign me up.
By discounts.
I'll give you my CPR card. Let's just sign up. Let's go with that.
Yes.
Amazing.
That is what our plan.
Amazing.
And again, third division also we implemented IMAC Academy. That is an educational purpose to excel, to help students excel in their studies.
Amazing.
There will be tutorial section, there will be linguistic center to learn languages, and even Arabic.
Okay, Bahrain Arabic by any chance?
Bahrain Arabic, we are
Salam
starting
alaikum, let's go.
And English, Malayalam, you know, expatriate community.
Okay.
Even my children, they cannot understand, they cannot read and write
Oh,
Malayalam.
wow. It is very
So
diverse, that's
it
for
is
sure.
necessity of the
necessity,
expatriate community. So we will
Definitely.
be starting a linguistic center for to train children in Malayalam, Hindi, English, Tamil, Arabic and French.
Okay,
These
oh,
are the
Arabic
languages.
and French.
Arabic and
Okay,
French.
well, you have a lot going on, sir.
Yeah.
Now,
And after that, under academy, we are planning for overseas studies, you know, overseas studies as a consultancy service,
okay,
and growth-oriented development programs, and eventually, ultimate aim is to bring higher studies in town. Higher studies in town.
you know what's interesting, sir? Like every time I feel like, okay, man, I think this is it, but no, there's more to offer. It's amazing.
Right.
It's just a lot going
And
on
we
here.
have BMC production, for your information. BMC
There is a production as well.
Yeah, we are producing short films, already 2 short films released. We produce cover songs, albums.
You're doing it all. You're doing everything. I'm like, it's like all of the above. Let's go with that.
Actually, this should be a one-stop solution.
It is. That's what you are, actually. I mean, pretty
much.
much. We have to pay you an actual visit.
Yeah,
sit
please,
down for
please,
like
most
1
welcome,
week,
most welcome.
because apparently
And lot of VVIPs already
I can only
visited
imagine.
our place.
I can only imagine.
Dr. Mirza, Dr. Abdulla Shola, His Excellency.
Amazing.
Lot of
Amazing.
visits.
Well, sir, any last words to your viewers?
And actually, I am in social service a lot. You know, I have wife, and wife is a software developer, and my kids are third year final BCom in Bangalore Christ University, and my son is only 10th standard.
Amazing.
And I want to give you a message actually.
Please.
We have to live heavenly life on earth.
We have to live a heavenly
life on
Okay.
earth. To live heavenly life, we need happiness.
Okay.
To get happiness, we have to serve to the downtrodden, to the poor and needy, to the underprivileged. That is my aim in my life, and that is why I am in social service a lot. I am heading 6 or 7 NGOs, local NGOs.
Unbelievable. This is amazing. I'm like, as if that was not enough, but to have 7 NGOs as well under your belt.
In leading positions.
Sir, I need to spend more time
and
with
at
you
the same
on set,
time,
that's for sure.
I am the CFO at Bahrain Pharmacy Group. That is what my breadwinning.
Wow!
Last 23 years, I am serving Bahrain Pharmacy as Chief Financial Officer.
Okay. Well,
At
sir,
the same time, social work and this service-oriented.
this is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. Well, sir,
Yeah.
I think pretty much we didn't only cover a lot here, but I think we need to have another episode to delve more into your personality of how do you manage to do all of that.
Yes, yes.
Well, sir, Mr. Francis, this has been a great honor having you with us here on Bahrain Now, and we can't wait to actually visit your place and just have the amazing experience of all that IMAC and BMC has to offer to Bahrain and even with the future plans.
You are most welcome, and I wish Bahrain TV all the best. And thank you very much for bringing me on this stage. And special thanks to the Bahrain government for, India and Bahrain is celebrating Golden Jubilee of bilateral relations. And especially COVID pandemic, Bahrain government treated expatriates without any differentiation, citizens and residents all treated same. Thank you on behalf of expatriate community. I would like to express sincere thanks and gratitude.
Thank you so much for all that you've been doing and will be doing. Bahrain is proud to have you in our midst.
And Bahrain is giving the freedom. That's why I am working in a place, and at the same time I am doing the service-oriented to promote art and culture in the kingdom.
Much appreciated. Well, sir, again, thank you so much for all that you've done. Bahrain appreciates you so much, and we can't wait to see the future plans taking place.
Thank you so much.
Much appreciated. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to live a heavenly life is an aim and is a message. All that took place with Francis right here in a talk on Bahrain Now. ladies and gentlemen, I am super excited for this talk. We'll be talking about people are pretty much into fueling the minds and empowering leaders. That's what Origin Training Center is all about. Sharing all the skills you need to enter the labor market. With us here tonight is Safa Abdulla to tell us more about it. Well, Safa, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Bara. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am super excited to talk
Thank you
about
for
all the
having
things.
me.
Oh, definitely. Great pleasure. So, OTC, what's happening there?
So I'll start with the story of OTC and the establishment of OTC. Well, Origin Training Center was established in 2014, and it's an arm of Origin Group, which is a company founded in 1998.
Okay.
And our main activities were events management, conferences, exhibition, and one of our activities, or if I call it main activities,
Okay.
is the human capital development, whether through the conferences or the training. So we thought, why we don't found our training center?
Amazing.
And then came Origin Training Center.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, thing is right now, the name OTC, the Origin Training Center, in the beginning, when I saw it, I'm like, that sounds familiar. But the more I delved into your programs and being part of some of your programs, I'm like, this is huge. You're so advanced, keeping par with everything, the trends and all of that, and bringing the brightest and the best speakers all together in one place, whether it's training centers or the events and all of that. How do you manage all of this?
Well, if I'm going to talk about the mother company, which is Origin Group, of course, we used to bring thought leaders to Bahrain. Names like Tom Peters,
Yes.
Dave Ulrich, Stephen Covey, Ron Kaufman. So these are, I can call them, big speakers in their fields. They've been fueling minds for a full day. So we thought, when those people attend our conferences and they go back to their offices, what to take, what to apply. So why don't we do it in a longer impact?
Right.
And then the training can do this.
Right.
So we are delivering different programs, training programs, professional programs, local programs, and in different areas like public relations and media, marketing, like digital marketing, sales management,
Amazing.
supply chain and logistics, and you name it.
Amazing. I mean, definitely, it just the list with you goes on and on and on, non-stop. I mean, I've been involved, I guess, in 2 or 3 activities themselves, and I love everything you do. It's like so detailed, so well organized, and rich with information. It's like I just go there, and I know for 2 or 3 days when I leave a different person. And that's not only me. A lot of people give the same feedback. It's like when we are done, it is just beautiful. We can't wait for the next program. So now, as you've been fueling minds for years and years right now, and after Corona and everything went, I would say, partially went to virtual. So tell us about the online virtual world.
So Bara, like any other educational or training institutions, when the pandemic started, there was no option but to do the learning and education and training at home.
Right.
And this can be done through the virtual platforms. So what we did, the team of Origin Training Center, they studied the available platforms for virtual learning and training. And then we came up with different platforms that we can do the training through, but those platforms which can suit our goals. And in the beginning, it was challenging a little bit, as it happened to the students.
Yeah.
But we went through how to educate our trainees with being familiar and using those platforms. So I think we built also another type of knowledge and literacy when it comes to the technical aspects. In the beginning, also, it was challenging to convince the trainees to switch on their cameras.
Yeah.
But then you can see all of the trainees switching on their cameras, and they are convenient and feeling comfy at their home or at the coffee shops.
Right, right. I mean, I saw that, and it's beautifully organized. And not only that, it's like it seems like at some point, as Bahrain's pretty much been a platform for all these amazing gatherings and amazing I would say, mind fueling at the same time. And all the training centers, you took things to even different places. So I think pretty much I would say it openly, I've been blessed and honored to join you in Bosnia for the amazing event that took place over there. Everything was just Bahraini organized. We took place over there. And when I joined, it's like, what is this? How did Bahrain is there right now? Everything well done, organized, and it echoed internationally. So pretty much I would love to hear your comments on that. But before that, I would say thank you so much. Thank you to the team and everybody who made the Bosnian experience when it comes to human capital growth education in a way that we learned what happened in the past and what's happening now and what's going to happen in the future, all that only in 7 days, bringing the best speakers from Bahrain and internationally speaking. So what are your comments on that?
Yeah, it was a good opportunity to meet you there in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Actually, that was an event for the International Federation of Training Organization. We did it, of course, as you mentioned. We brought different speakers in different areas, and it was talking about the impact of technology, artificial intelligence, digitization, automation on human resource development. We did side workshops for 3 days, and we had the main conference for 2 days. And as you mentioned, the Bahraini delegation was the biggest participation there at the conference, and we were so proud. And of course, I would like to thank also the Bahrain Society for Training and Development. They gave us a big hand, and it was a success in partnership with BSTD.
Oh, definitely. They still speak about it till today. It was that successful. You made Bahrain proud, that's for sure. Now, with all that being said and everything, as right now we are entering a new era, you know, so we talked about what's happening with the human resources here in Bahrain, but now as we have a lot of graduates getting out there and OTC is out there pretty much to help everybody. So what can anybody right now, as a fresh graduate, what is he supposed to do?
It's a good question, and well, I always say, and this question has been raised in one of the Instagram live sessions I've been invited to. I will always say to any fresh graduate or any senior who's about to graduate, voluntary job is a must.
Okay.
Even if you are still a student, it can harness your skills. You will gain critical competencies when you are joining any voluntary job. You can be more confident about yourself. You can gain very critical skills like communication skills, negotiation skills, presentation skills, and these sort of skills that any employer looking for in any candidate. In addition to that, if you are looking for a job, and despite the background you're coming from, I think you should accept any job offer in the beginning. Despite the background you're coming from, despite any other aspects, you should start. You might like this field.
You never know.
You might find yourself in this field and eventually see yourself progressing. So yeah, voluntary job and experiencing any type of field, even if it is not your specialization.
Amazing, amazing. That is a solid advice. I wish somebody told me that when I graduated. It's like, hey, work anything, go for it, get the experience, do the human interaction, and then everything will be figured out. That's beautiful.
Definitely.
Did CVs now change in today's world, or is it still the same? What can you say about that?
Well, when we are going to talk about CV, I have to tell the job seekers that CV is a tool to sell yourself.
Okay.
I remember today I was attending one of the Zoom meetings, and it was for the job seekers.
Okay.
The trainer was telling them, don't you ever send your CV in a Word file. Send it in a PDF file.
Okay.
So this is one of the tips that we have to teach to the job seekers. it's good to make your CV meeting the 4 C's. Correct,
Okay.
complete,
Complete.
concise, and clear.
Huh. Okay.
Don't go too low. Like, put all the evidence, put all of your voluntary job, put all your qualifications. Even that qualification that took 1 day where you think, oh, I attended that conference, but it's not a big deal. No, put this.
Put that.
Yeah.
You never know.
And never exaggerate.
Never exaggerate.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I think it's really important to meet the 4 C's if you are doing your CV.
Amazing. You know, speaking of exaggerations, right, when it comes to CVs, there's something about a lot of people when they add languages spoken, right? So, okay, Bahraini pretty much, in Bahrain, it's very common that Bahrainis will speak Arabic, English, maybe even sometimes Persian, Urdu, and Hindi. It's very common over here. But then you see German, Japanese, Chinese. I'm like, oh, no way. And then you sit down with them. It's like, so, Japanese, konnichiwa. And it's like, he couldn't reply. It's like, so why did you put Japanese? Oh, I took a course for anime. And I'm like, well, speaking of exaggeration.
Yeah, that's considered an example of exaggeration.
Because
sometimes a company is looking for a person who can speak this language.
Right, exactly. Exactly. In a professional manner, not something out of a video game, right?
Yeah.
But this has been a very insightful, I would say, informative talk, Safa. Thank you so much for this. Any last words to your viewers?
I would like to talk about the interview.
Please.
If you are going for a job interview, there are very important tips to consider. Dress well.
Dress well.
Do your homework by searching a lot about the company who are inviting you. Don't exaggerate.
Don't exaggerate.
Exactly. Feel comfortable, and you should talk about how can you add a value to the company if you get this job.
Right, right. Solid tips, solid talks. Safa, thank you so much for being with us right here on Bahrain Now. It's been a great pleasure.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Definitely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Solid advice and tips and an amazing talk about OTC. All that took place with Safa Abdulla right here on Bahrain Now. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered what it makes to have a great logo? Did you ever consider the color, the psychology, and branding when it comes to marketing? Well, our guest is about to share some crucial secrets and marketing tips that will blow your minds away. Hassan Sahwan, founder of the WCM agency, is with us here tonight. Well, welcome and good evening, Hassan. How are you?
Good evening, Bara. Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm excited to learn more about what's been going on with the WCM. So tell us more about your agency.
Well, at the core of WCM is our belief that we can create a better world through better marketing. So we believe that entrepreneurs and creative ideas deserve to flourish. We believe that the world would be a better place when we have better design. Imagine just driving or walking down Block 338 with all the beautiful logos and beautiful brands all around you, and just makes a better world. We've been doing this for 10 years. We've worked with many companies in many industries. In automotive, we've worked with BMW, we've worked with Maserati.
Okay.
We've just finished a project with government, with the General Directorate of Traffic, where we help them with rebranding their social media. We've also worked in the hospitality industry, where we've just finished a project for the Hilton hotels, where all the outlets and restaurants inside the new Hilton hotel that's about to open was designed by us at the company. So we offer 3 types of services. We offer branding design services, we offer website services, and we offer social media guideline services.
Amazing. There's a lot going on.
Yes.
And you tapped into every genre out there, hospitality, property, and you went to pretty much the official side of things, authority.
Correct.
There's a lot going
it has to be distinguished because every single client has specific challenges that need to be solved.
Okay.
So marketing, in essence, there is no one size fits all.
Right.
There are general guidelines, but marketing for each client is a unique experience. It's comfortable for us to work with different clients from different segments of the market.
Amazing. I mean, going from Hilton to the traffic authority,
yes,
and then going to
different
another
mindset
hotel,
well.
and then going to a restaurant,
correct,
or going to block 338
yes,
and see what's happening over there. It's like, okay, WCM, WCM, WCM.
Yeah.
I know this. How do you know? I know.
Yeah.
That's their design. I know. Amazing, man. That's
part
amazing.
of the reason why we flourished throughout the years is because we treat every client as a unique service, as a unique challenge. So we sit with every client and we speak to them and we understand what the challenge is. So any marketing company that you work with that doesn't hear you first before you before they provide you with any of the solutions, you should, I think, run away from them. So what we do is we listen first and then we find solutions for our clients.
You know, it was very interesting to hear what you just said. As you know, being in Bahrain,
yes,
and we've been attached to certain logos and brands,
yes,
since our childhood. I mean, all of a sudden, they don't only change the logo, they change everything about it. And we have like a psychological shock. It's like,
correct,
no, we were so attached to the old logo. What's happening with the new logo? So the thing is, they say rebranding.
Correct.
And then, you know, they want to give a new look to it.
Yes.
It's so interesting to see how much we are attached to that brand psychologically, to the point if they change anything in it, we feel that something happened to our lives.
Absolutely. People feel very strongly about the brands that they buy from. So that comes down to, because when we buy a brand, we're not generally buying just the product of the brand. As an example, when we buy a Rolex, we're not buying a time machine or a time watch or a time telling device. What we're doing instead, we're buying something bigger. So famous Professor Levitt says that people don't buy the drill, they buy the hole. So when we're buying something like let's say a Rolex or a Rolls Royce, we're buying something bigger than that. So it could be external, it could be we're buying how other people see us, or we're buying how we see ourselves every time we look at our wrists, and we remember something that we enjoy, how successful we are, or how beautiful the watch is, and so on.
Amazing.
So we attach ourselves to the brand because it has become an expression of our lifestyle. As an example, when somebody goes to Starbucks, that's an expression of lifestyle. Obviously, I don't recommend my clients, generally, especially the older ones, to completely rebrand their company.
It really shook our grounds, man. I don't want to bring up names here, but
yes,
it shook our grounds.
I know the feeling, yes. The better solution is, unless you're trying to change your image completely, the better solution is to fix your existing logo.
Right.
That is the best solution. So take as an example Starbucks. Since the 1970s, the logo has evolved. So it's evolution rather than revolution. And that's what I usually recommend to do. Because what you want to do is you want to maintain that brand recognition. The people who've worked with you over the last 10 years should still recognize you over the next 10 years. So what you're doing is you're facelifting it. And it can be a drastic shift and it can be beautiful, but at least you're maintaining the recognition that you get with the brand.
That is so true. I mean, again, going back to this, I mean, I can't even reiterate how really impactful a brand can be. As you just mentioned now. And you just said, like, you know, like Starbucks or Coca-Cola and other brands, they change a little bit, they make it smoother, more contemporary maybe, right? But then we have brands here, again, whether it's in different industries or genres, as we live our lives knowing that logo, that's it, we know your logo, you know who you are.
We're comfortable with it, we understand it.
And all of a sudden, you don't only change how it looks, you change the colors. And all of a sudden, we're detached for who you really are. Unless
it's a very specific scenario where you're trying to completely change the image or completely change the company, 99% of the time I recommend modifying the logo. So I think I can imagine a couple of brands that you're referring to, but I'm not going to mention any names. So.
Can't do some name droppings here. But so with all that being said, what makes a good brand?
What makes a good brand? That's a very fantastic question. I get that a lot, actually. So my clients come to me and they ask me, okay, is a good brand a brand that people will notice? Is it a good brand that's very different? Is it a brand that is beautiful? Well, in a nutshell, I think that the best brand is a brand that reflects who you are as a company. Meaning the outside should match the inside of the company. So if you're a brand, as an example, that is fun and crazy, and you're targeting 20-year-olds, university students, then your brand should reflect that. Then the logo and the colors should reflect what you're trying to tell people. So you cannot tell the whole story from the logo, but people should get a glimpse of who you are. If you're instead a bank and you're a business that's professional and you deal in trust, then maybe something that is more suitable would be something that is more grounded, something like something more professional. So what makes a great brand is, one, it should reflect who you are, like a mirror. It should reflect who you are as a business. Second thing is, your logo should work with you, not against you. Many times I get clients who have their logos are so complex with intertwining lines. So what happens is, 1 year down the line, you're trying to embroider it on your uniform maybe, and then you can't do
the least.
You're trying to put it in an acrylic setting, or you're trying to use it in metal, or you're trying to use it in social media, and social media has become so important, of course, digital. And you're trying to use the logo in small size. If the logo is so complex, and if the logo is not adaptable, then that's going to create a lot of technical problems for you. So the second thing that is very important in the logo is that it should work with you, not against you. It should be flexible.
Amazing.
Amazing. And there are many other things, of course, but this is just two of the ones that...
I think one of the most common questions would be colors.
Yes.
You get that a lot, right? You get that a lot, right?
A lot.
So now you've been here, I'm sure, 10 years maybe in the business, but before that, I'm sure you spent way more time as maybe a freelancer, I would say, or a genuine personal interest in the field.
I've studied in Australia for 4 years in marketing, so it's always my interest, and I've worked with Ferrari, and we've worked with for other marketing agencies as well.
Amazing. You have a great background going on. Appreciate that for sure. So with all that being said, colors. What are the most colors that pretty much would fit a brand? Okay,
so again, there is no one size fits all.
Okay.
Again, the color should reflect who you are as a brand. If you are, two things I would say regarding colors. There is color psychology, of course. Orange is energetic, blue is calming, white is clean and professional, and so there is color psychology. It is true, and you can look it up online, that's easy. But what's important is that those colors should reflect you. If you're trying to target children, don't make your brand black, please. Okay. Your brand color should reflect your brand personality, your brand, what you're trying to achieve, the impression you're trying to give. And the other thing with color is that you should always differentiation, the concept of differentiation. Basically, you should not choose a color that is exactly the same as your competitor. That's the worst thing you can do. What you're trying to do is, when everybody's zigging, you should zag.
Okay.
If you're opening a coffee shop, please don't make it dark green. You can't compete with that. So what you're supposed to do is, you're supposed to have your own thing going on. So when somebody looks at a variety of brands, their choices, a consumer looks at all their choices, they can easily spot you. Today, maybe in 2021, if I had a recommendation, a default recommendation for color, I would choose these two colors because they exist the least out there in the market, which is orange and purple. Because
purple.
Of course, it has to reflect you. If it does, then choose those. Because orange and purple historically has been difficult to print with. So not many big companies use the colors orange and purple. So when you have a purple logo or an orange logo, you can stand out, because out of all the brands in the market, there are many red ones, many yellow ones, many blue ones.
Oh yeah, for real.
But purple, as an example, there are only a few, so you stand out more. And today, most of your use of the logo is going to be digital, so it's going to be easier to use. And in printing today, with the new machines, purple has become quite easy to print.
Interesting that you said orange and purple. Like, I can only think, like, who can actually use purple beside a yogurt store? I mean, you know, it reflects that. But I'm like, beside F&B, I'm like, purple.
Yes.
You know, we'll talk about that later, I guess, in another episode.
I can give you an example, just a short one. Is that a famous bank, if we don't want to mention any names, when everybody's zigging, so all the banks are blue, there is a certain bank that chooses very flashy green. And that's how it stands out. And same with the color purple, same psychology. There is also a competitor of that brand that is doing that. So
Hassan, is just unbelievable seeing how beautifully you're conveying your messages.
Thank you so much.
In the field of marketing and branding and all of that. Before we leave, any tips you'd like to give us?
Yes, I mean, in terms of marketing, there are many tips. Today, digital is first. Focus a lot on digital. Branding is so important because you can buy a machine or you can buy a computer for a company and you'll use that, you'll invest in it and you'll use it for 4 years and then you'll have to replace it. But your brand and your brand name, there is nothing in your business that you will use more than your brand and your brand name. You will use it day in and day out. You'll use it on your website, on your social media, on your product.
Right.
Branding is so important. We can talk maybe next time about brand naming.
Definitely.
And that's a whole field by itself as well. So my recommendation, focus on branding. Branding has become very, very important. People trust you because of your brand. And then second thing is digital. Digital is extremely lucrative market if you know how to use your digital assets.
Amazing. I have a feeling this won't be the last time we'll see you here.
I hope to see you again.
Definitely, definitely, sir.
Definitely.
Mr. Hassan, this has been a great pleasure having you with us here on Bahrain Now.
Thank you so much.
Definitely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a very insightful and colorful talk about marketing and branding. All took place with Hassan right here on Bahrain Now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the finish line. A huge thank you to all of our guests for joining us tonight, and another huge thank you to all of you watching us at home. As always, be sure to reach us to our social media accounts shown below. We love hearing from you. This was Bara Abdullah. Till next time, Bahrain. Goodbye and God bless.